Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Faith in Despair, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to take a look at the behind-the-scenes video that I've recorded from my voice actor. Yesterday, we had a voice recording session that took about 1.5 hours, and I have a small video to show you guys. But we are also going to look at a bunch of different things. First of all, we have 2 bugs that I definitely want to take a look at. Then I want to add the status effect symbol to when you get a status effect. And also, maybe we can take a look at producing 18 more boss images, because this is the boss update. And we need more images. And I think we have more images. We just have to, dig a little deeper. And then I'm going to try making a gambler change, which is going to be very interesting. Hello Renderpunk, hello Task. So yesterday I had we had a voice recording session at around 10:30 in the morning, and it was really cool. I was not there physically, but there was a reason for that, because Patrick, that's the voice actor's name, when he is inside of the booth, I cannot really talk to him anyways, so the best way for me to give him feedback and stuff like that was to be there through a Jitsi call, just a video and voice call. And I'm just going to show you. So this is what we had. This was our setup. I had the script on the left, and he was in the booth, and he also had the script on his in his hands, right? And then we were also in contact with the studio owner, so we could hear. All 3 of us could hear each other, and we could talk to each other, and he would just go through his script. I'm just going to show it to you once.
Feel to be the last angel, never to be able to return. Ah, yes, there's nothing to return to. How tactless of me. There's nothing to return to. How tactless of me.
As you see, sometimes he would just say the same thing again, because he would...
How tactless of me.
Try to get more of a feeling, more of a...
I see it in your face. A question that looms. Can you revive your friends? That is not my area.
Yeah, it definitely has some sort of magic. And here's the thing. I told him that I got some goosebumps while we were recording this, and I told him. And then he told us a funny story. He said, yeah, first of all, that's his base expectation, If you don't get goosebumps, he didn't do his job, basically. So that is the basic expectation that he has for himself, to give people goosebumps. But there's also a funny story to that. He was... no, I did not. He was at... he had to read a speech somewhere. I forget what it was. I think it was for something very... a very touching speech. I don't know if somebody died or something like that. It was a very touching speech, and he had to read that. And in the directional in the production or whatever, in the production crew around him, there was a woman that was 9 months pregnant, and apparently, reading the script, he did such a good job for it that woman burst into tears while he was reading it. And so he was like, internally he was like, yes. So he was, and he told us that this is the highest form of praise that he can get. So this, yeah. Goosebumps is this expectation, this is the basic thing. You should at least get goosebumps, but making a 9 months pregnant woman cry, that's the peak. That was so funny.
Area of expertise. That is not my area of expertise. I am merely the Omega.
Achievement.
I am the end of all things. I am merely the Omega.
So here's something that I found really, really interesting. He tried to really get into the character. So sometimes he would say sentences off script. For example, here's the line says, "I am merely the Omega." And to get more into the character, he would add another sentence that he just got into his head. And he said,
Omega. I am the end of all things.
He just said it out. I'm the end of all things. And then he repeated the line to get more into character, which was really, really interesting.
I am merely the Omega. Why do I play? Morbid curiosity. Why do I play? Morbid curiosity. Time is valueless to me, so I experiment. You're not the first. You might be the last. It is truly a shame. The demons have won. Humanity is gone. The gods are in limbo. Nobody left to play with, except you. Until you eventually stop and ultimately perish. Oh, that was nice.
He said it himself. Oh, that was nice. He can feel it when something is nice. I thought you would go to a dark, sinister tone expression. So here's the thing. Let me just pop out this chat because I need to change it anyways. So here's the thing. He read everything twice, right? The first time he read it in sort of this dark, sinister, soulless expression, right? And then he said, I'm gonna do one more try with acting. So this is actually the second version where he applied some of his acting skills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to so here's the thing, the story develops, right? Throughout the 31 days. And the character of Death also changes just a little bit. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to use the dark and soulless tones more in the beginning of the cutscenes, and then slowly but surely use the more acted tones in the second half of the chapters. But I also think that through his acting, he gives the character more life and stuff like that. So it is not, I don't know, there's something about it that you've just seen, that just because he's acting a little bit more and just because he has a bit more melodic tone in his voice, it is actually giving it a bit more of a character. So I think this is actually a good thing. But again, I have the soulless, the toneless voices as well, and I'm just gonna use whatever currently fits best.
Fear not, the cycle will continue. This is not the end. Keep returning, and you will see. Keep returning, and you'll see.
Keep returning, and you will see. You can check it out here if you want. But yeah. No, you're right. I also think that it sounds a little nice, but he also has these very cool. So he starts out a little bit nice, right? And then at the end of the sentences, he sounds very sinister. So I think it works, especially then if you combine it with all of the effects that are going to be on top of that, with the high-pitched voice and the very low-pitched voice, and compression and stuff like that, and the random pitch, which is also going to be in the game. I think it's going to work. But yeah, that was yesterday, and I thought that was really, really nice. I now have everything to go through and pick a lot of things. So here's something else. We also did some random sentences and stuff, right? Because on the REST side, you sometimes get random barks. And he did a few of those. And also, he did a few of those, when something, when you destroy some of his cards or whatever, or maybe when you destroy one of his bosses, then it will be like, or some disgruntled sound or whatever. So we have a lot of those as well. We have a few bits where he is laughing a bit sarcastically and a bit in an evil tone or whatever. So I can use a lot of these very simple barks or whatever they are called throughout the game whenever you do a lot of damage, or when you lose, or when you lose a lot of creatures and stuff like that. So I will use the voice to just sprinkle in throughout the game every now and then, which is going to be really, really cool. And of course we have looking forward to, yes. Of course, there's one Easter egg that was an absolute necessity, and it is whenever you go to the shop, there's a very, very low chance that he will say, "What are you buying?" There's a very, very low chance of that, which is, it is what it is. Because the shop music is already inspired by Resident Evil 4. So I wanted to have that as well. It does not have the exact same tone as the Resident Evil shopkeeper. I sent the video to him, but yeah, he just put his own little spin on it, which is fine. People will get the reference. But yeah, this is going to be very fun. Other than that, yeah, I think that was mostly it. The studio owner has a very peculiar sense of humor. And his name is also Patrick, so they're both called Patrick. And they have the same sense of humor, and they have known each other for a very long time. And there was, after the first take, like after the first half hour, where he read the script once, I was like, yeah, this was really, really good. And then the studio owner, Patrick, said, yeah, especially the rustling of the papers was really, really good. Because he in his sound booth, he was, rustling with his paper because he had the script in his hands. He was like, yeah, the rustling of the paper was really, really good. And I'm like, but yeah. Never ever thought that himself would question my shopping choices. I mean, that's why you pay actors for that, right? To get their point of view and take on what you give them. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so again, the first half was him reading the script in the soulless, dark tone, which probably could have been even darker, but it is what it is. And I do think that giving it a bit more character is good for the game. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the point of view. Oh yeah, and then he said, "Can I do some acting now? Can I do my fucking job?" I'm like, of course you can. He was just joking. But that was so funny. Working with him was hilarious. But yeah, he also said, I'm not sure if I can share this, but I will share it anyway. He also said that he is so glad that he has gotten this role in this game, because he says that it feels like he was born to do this. I mean, acting in general, but he just felt this role was really, really good for him, especially right now in the current situation that he is in. So he had a lot of fun doing that. So yeah, really, really cool. we are going to take a look at one of the first brain offerings. So this is Invoker. Let's take a look. I'm going to take a look at a bug. We have a lot of points to go through today. This one is a massive change. This one is an interesting one. We'll just take a look for if we can find 18 more boss images. This is just adding a symbol, and these two are bugs. So this is the agenda for today. I'm so glad that everything is going so well. Yeah, let's see. Oh, sorry about that. Isn't the update will be yet another banger? I hope so. I hope so. We will see. This is going to be the boss update, but you know, drastic changes for the gambler, hopefully, to make it a little bit more fun to play, because currently it's giving people a bit of a hard time, which is what I don't want to do. And you know, the trigger, the additional effects and stuff like that, and the additional boss fights, maybe a new boss rush mode. I'm not sure about that yet, but yeah, I still have a lot of time until the update is released. The plan currently is to release this update. When is the Steam summer sale? On June 25th. So I will probably release it around that time, just in time for the sale. And you know, just like this with the last big one, we're going to have a beta branch where people can test out the changes, and then we will put it live at around this time. So we have 3 months to do it. That sounds very nice. We can do a lot in 3 months. I hope. So here's another thing that I want to talk about. Get some hands on it, yeah.
Why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties?
I have no idea. Here's another thing that I want to talk about. It is about a special announcement in regards to Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you've seen that, but I will show you now. So here's Peter Jackson talking about the next Lord of the Rings, where it's just about Gollum, right?
And obviously play Gollum. We've got a lot of the old.
The Gollum movie is going to be alright, I guess. I guess it's fine. But throughout the video, he then says, yeah, they have another upcoming movie. And there's a special announcement to make. And he invites somebody else into the call.
There we go.
And it's
Hello.
Stephen Colbert. So here's the thing. Do you expect Stephen Colbert to work on a Lord of the Rings movie? I personally don't. But this is going to be a collaboration with Stephen Colbert. They're going to make a movie out of the first few chapters in the Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you can see that here. Yeah. Chapter, what is it?
It's basically the chapter is 3 is company
3
through Fog on the Barrow Down
to 8. So they're going to make Hello, man, Chubby. They're going to make a new movie out of the chapters that the original trilogy was not addressing, with Stephen Colbert's son or something like that. I don't know. And it's just
completely faithful to the movies.
I don't know what to think about that, to be honest.
It's you guys had already made.
It's just, yeah, it's going to be, I don't know what to think about that. Maybe they should just leave it alone. I have no idea. Maybe they should just leave it alone. How are you doing today, my chappy? What are you planning to do today on your stream? Let's just hope they would do a good job. Yes, absolutely. Here's why I'm worried about it, because when Star Wars got sold to Disney and the newest trilogy came out, it felt a little bit like fan fiction, and I mean this in the the most positive way possible. It's just I don't know. There's a certain thing that happens when you are a big fan of something, and then you try to do something with that. Sometimes you fall into a trap of reusing stuff from what was already established, which was why I think the prequel trilogy is, in hindsight, much better than the new trilogy of Star Wars. Because in the prequel trilogy, George Lucas actually tried a few new things, right? To expand the universe and stuff. So it's, yeah, I'm just worried that it's gonna feel like a cheap, I don't know, fan fiction of Lord of the Rings. But we'll see. Doing well, sorted out a bunch of localization yesterday. Wow, writing comments, context for everything. Think I'm going to some artsy stuff today, yeah. Matt Jerpy over here is currently writing the Shroud of Gloom launch wave. Check it out here, I'm added to your wishlist. Hello Tarok, how's it going? We were just talking about the behind the scenes. I'm just going to show it to you again because it was too cool.
How does it feel to be the last angel? Never to be able to return. Ah, yes. There's nothing to return to. How tactless of me.
So yesterday we had the entire voice recording of the script for Faith in Despair, which I'm really excited about. And it took about 1.5 hours to get through it twice, actually, because the first time we had more of a dark and soulless tone to the voice. And this is the second try where he just said, you know what, let me try with a bit of acting to get into a character and stuff like that. And it might sound very nice, but I think especially in the second half of the acting part, he got really into it, and it you know, there's a lot of times where I just got goosebumps while recording this, which, you know, as I said earlier, this is the minimum expectations. He said, whenever he does something with his voice, it's the minimum expectations. He just wants goosebumps is over here. Of course, everybody gets goosebumps. But yeah, he has an amazing voice. It's really, really cool. And now I just have to go through everything and split everything up, and, you know, make sure that it sounds good in the game. Which from the test that I've done with the early versions, with the test recordings that he sent me, I think it's gonna work out. The only thing that I still need to do is actually make the cutscenes a bit more lively or whatever. So just add a few effects every now and then whenever something cool happens in the cutscenes. Just add a few small effects or whatever, and, you know, sell the dialogue a little bit more. I don't know if I can do animations and stuff like that, because the model is very rigid and very, you know, it's just one giant mesh or whatever. There are no bones in it. I know that it looks like there are bones in it because it is literally a skeleton. But I'm talking about the animation, the mesh bones. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So all of the journal, all of the cutscenes will have voice acting, and as I said earlier, I also have some random bugs for whenever you do a lot of damage and destroy a boss or whatever. So he will laugh at you, or whenever you win, or when you lose and stuff like that. So we have a lot of sentences and sounds that I can sprinkle throughout the game, so it makes you feel like, hopefully, a bit more like you're actually sitting in front of him. You know, like this. We will see. But yeah, that was definitely a cool experience. I have worked with voice recording before, obviously, because I've done a lot of recording for my previous games, but not with a professional voice actor. So that was a really, really cool experience. Like Patrick Lamp has been doing this for the past, I don't know, 30 years, 25 years, something like that. And I think you can definitely see that. So, but today we're not doing that. We're going to take a look at a bunch of smaller issues like 2 bugs, add some icons, maybe look at some images, maybe we're going to try the gambler change, which I really want to try. So a lot of people have issues with the gambler, which, to be fair, is a fair point. So I will try to make it a little bit less deadly or something like that. We will see. But the bug that we're fixing is Brebra's offering. I think there's something here where game over can actually be triggered. And you will die and the game will think you're dead, but you're not dead yet. It's also nice to have someone who has actor skills, because sometimes just reading, speaking doesn't cut it. Yeah, exactly. People have said, why don't I just read it, in an homage to Half-Quake or whatever. And I'm like, it's just not good enough. You just have to admit that it's just not good enough. It might work. It might be okay for Half-Quake or whatever, because it's not that serious. But yeah, I feel like this is something that can require somebody else. And I mean, Patrick just walked into my life, right? I was literally just sitting at an audio meetup in a room with other people, like musicians and sound guys. And then he literally just walked inside of the room and just said hello, whatever. And I know I told the story before, but I just heard his voice and my whole body reacted, and I was like, oh my God, I need to record this voice before I even knew him. Before I even saw him. So yeah, he literally just walked into my life and there he is. That was really cool. So if I'm using that, I will probably die and there will be some kind of... Oh, wait a minute. We might actually... Yeah. That's too much. We need exactly 5. So let's open up the test save state. Patrick said hello, and every pregnant woman that we've seen it begin. Yeah, I told a story earlier where Patrick had to read a speech, a very emotional speech, and there was a 9 months pregnant woman in the audience or in the production crew. I don't remember exactly, and she just burst into tears because it was so well delivered. Guten Abend, Jackneck. How's it going? We just talked about the voice actor. You can check it out here. Actually, I think you can just pin it. I can just pin it. There you go. Is it moin or is it too late to say moin? You would have to ask Task about that, because we in Austria don't say moin. We don't say that. Player faith is 5. In Hamburg it's always moin. Is it ever too late for moin? I have no idea. Austin's particular about to use good morning, day, evening, night. Yes. Good morning. It just you just say morgen. oder guten Morgen. At around lunch, you say Mahlzeit. That is very typical for Austria, I think. It basically means mealtime. You can start saying that at around 11:30 until maybe 1 p.m. But that's a little close, maybe 12:30. So this is actually very customary. Whenever somebody enters an office around that time, he will just say Mahlzeit to everybody. So this is a very regular greeting. Evening and night. Phew. I think we don't really say good evening or whatever, or just I think we just say grüß euch oder oder einfach hallo oder whatever. I don't know. Wir haben nicht wirklich ja, guten Abend es ist sehr. You don't say guten Abend to a bunch of friends, right? Like if I meet somebody at 7 p.m. in Austria, I will just say hello, or if it's a group, I will say grüß euch. Sag nicht guten Abend. Guten Abend feels very formal. I'm asking Servus, yeah, oder Servus. Servus always works. I'm asking because I got chewed up by my Indonesian colleague for using good day at 6 to 7 p.m. that time. Apparently some cultures are very strict like that, yeah. You cannot say Mahlzeit. I mean, you can probably say Mahlzeit at 7 p.m. if you're currently eating. But that feels a little weird. I sometimes say guten Abend when I join Discord, for example. Yeah, but don't you just say it in a little bit of a jokey way? Because it is very formal, right? Even like if you're joining a friend call, a group call with friends on Discord at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. and then you say guten Abend. It feels a bit jokey because like it's very formal, but you're in a bunch of friends. And they will then likely return that and will say, guten Abend. Also in a bit of a joking way. I think that's interesting. Same in Swedish. I find good morning, good night very standard. Works both informally and formally. But good afternoon, even etc. ends up sounding quite formal. Yeah. That's true. It's still a greeting, absolutely. What's up? There it is. What's up? What's up? That just worked. There's no bug. I don't know what he's on about. Good night in German is just when someone goes to bed. Absolutely. You cannot say gute Nacht. You can say guten Abend, then it's a greeting, but gute Nacht is always used if you go to sleep. It's the same in English. You don't say good night as a greeting. Same here, good night would sound very odd as an actual greeting. Yeah, right. Notice never mind. Let's check out the save file because this does not work. Last turn. I mean, one of the other greetings that you can say is Habe die Ehre. This gets Havidere. This gets summarized and truncated a lot. And this is not something that is very common anymore, but it is a very old greeting, I would say. But people still say it in a joking way. Schlecht. Nein, nicht schlechtig. It's not always the case though. Boa noite can work as a greeting in Portuguese. Oh, interesting. Hello, Pop Divinity. Here we say good night when greeting if it's after dinner time. Oh. We forgot about Christi. Yeah, as earlier I said Grüß euch. But Christi, Grüß euch. Definitely. Yeah, but Habe die Ehre is a very Austrian greeting, I think. This is... I actually think this is more on the countryside nowadays, where you can still hear that. And then you have to say it very loudly. Not really used in Vienna, but outside of Vienna it's Christi everywhere. Oh really? You think it's not used a lot in Vienna? I mean, I'm originally from Upper Austria, so maybe that's why I still say it. I usually greet my German friends with Achtung and then it seems to work fine. I mean, yeah, you cannot... it definitely gets people's attention. Just say Achtung. And you know, every German will be like, what? I guess, yes. Halt, stopp. Oh my god. My Bilderkassiererin says Christi, but other than that I don't really hear it in Vienna. So, is she from Upper Austria? Says Christi, that's cool. I've never heard a cashier say that. We say Achtung when we sneeze. I'm sorry, but that is so funny. Achtung, I'm gonna sneeze. Everybody stand aside. Everybody hide under your on tables. I'm going to sneeze. And then it's like... Hearing someone say Achtung would make my grandma jump. What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah, I guess some German words can be a little, you know. It's really easy to get into a weird area when speaking German like that. I had somebody at GDC who was playing Face in Despair, and he was very German. He was very German. That was, you know. That was interesting. But yeah, anyways. Let me try it again. Something feels off about this because he said that we can just... let's just try that. Maybe that works. Okay, this is after he died, so maybe we can still try to have the undo. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it works. But speaking of languages, here's another thing. I'm currently watching the series where Ludwig and Michael, they just go through China. The series is called Tip to Tip, where they just start at the south of China and then try to go to the north of China without any maps, without any translators, and without any mobile phones. And they're trying to speak Japanese. And this is so funny because Chinese is a tonal language, right? So if you want to say hotel, it says you need to say 酒店, 酒店. And if you say this in any other way, then you suddenly can say pick shop, like 酒店, 酒店. Or you can say conflicted, where it's a 酒节, or dictionary, where it's a 字典. Or 9 o'clock, which is actually wrong down here. It says 9点. So the tone is very, very important. And the funny thing about the series is that whenever they are trying to find a hotel, they just run around saying dictionary, pick shop, and it's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I need a dictionary. It's just so funny. So if you ever want to check out this series yourself, this is really, really funny. Because the editors at the bottom of the screen, they're actually translating what they are actually saying in Chinese. So the editors, I don't know, they have some kind of superpowers, but they literally translate what they're saying in Chinese, even if it's like wrong or whatever. Like they're not even trying to correct them. They just have the subtitles for the exact same thing that they're saying in Chinese, which is so hilarious. Like one of the times they were at a gas station, and then he just said, 我是你的爸爸. I'm your daddy. it's so funny. Like it's so random. I'm watching it too and enjoyed the Japan trip too. Speaking Japanese in China, that's not Japanese. That's Chinese. That's cool that you're watching it too. I need to watch the Japan trip. I have not seen that one, so I have some catching up to do after this one. Still miss an old client of mine, like 80-year-old German lady who just said fuck it and spoke German with a sprinkler of a Swedish word every 2 minutes. Wow. That's funny though. Yeah, you have a picture up here? Exactly. They must be thinking that damn YouTubers. I don't know what they're thinking. To them it's probably a big curiosity because especially in the countryside they do not get a lot of foreigners. So it is really, really funny. In Chinese, calling a professor, teacher, or rat is just a difference of like 1 tone. Yeah. It is what it is, man. No, this is really, really cool. There's no... Okay, this is already past his death. That's not good, I guess. Well... So, the bug report says, when playing Invoker using both Prey and Offering on the same spell, if faith is almost at 0, can result in interesting effects. Game thinks that you are dead, launch death effects, and then resurrect you while keeping it. To me, this sounds like he had the blessing that restores. No, that's not true actually. I'm trying to think what could have caused this, because let's try it again this way. I'm wondering how long it's going to take them to get from like to the north of China, because this is like day 4 or day 5 already, right? And they are maybe 1/5 of the journey. We will see. What is really cool about the series is that you have Chinese people reacting to the videos, so it's just really, really cool how much trivia and stuff like that you can pick up just by watching locals or people who have actually lived in China previously, react to the videos and just tell you a few more stories about that. That is really, really cool. I don't know, man. It seems to be working, so I'm not exactly sure how he got this bug. Maybe it needs to be 1. Let's try that out. Maybe it needs to be like this. No, even then it works. My boss is really into AI lately and wants to implement it everywhere. Oh no. What does he want to do with it? It's the daily AI talk. It's time, everybody. It's time. It seems to work. I don't know what that person is talking about. I can try playing the current build. Maybe it's in that one. So maybe it's already fixed somehow. Let's try that. Lead opportunity completion and probability estimations. So he just wants to bullshit himself. Is that his goal? He just wants to have more bullshit in the company. That's really, yeah, that's cool. Just add more bullshit everywhere. Sounds really good. Let's load that. See what happens here. There's no bug. Maybe he was on a previous version. Maybe it's an old version. Let's try that. He wants to have a solution for that stuff ready to deploy for customers who want this. Why does he need you? Why can't he just vibe code it himself? Just tell him that. Just ask. He has no time. What does that mean? Everybody has time. It's just a low priority for him then. He has no time for clarification. Okay. This is the latest version. Let's try reading that again. When playing Invoker using both Prey and Offering on the same spell, if face almost 0 can result in instant effect. Game thinks you're dead, launch death effects, and then resurrect you while keeping it. Okay, so I have a theory. My theory is that I believe he might have the blessing that revives him. So I'm going to try that. He already did some digging in what he needs to test this, and my task is to import test data now. You have to generate test data with AI. Cool. I love it. Mandatory AI usage. What AI are you forced to use? I truly believe that AI can help in certain situations. So it's definitely here to stay, but there's a weird thing that keeps coming up. People just try to solve everything with it, and I don't think that works. It works like that. I would love to use Claude, but I don't have an account, so I have to use the dumb models. Oh. Well, I mean, you can ask him. You can say, well, if you want to have a good result, then he needs to pay Claude for you. Why not? Oh. All right, so we have the last night. We're going to add it to the game. Add blessing by name. Last night. Stop Unity, because otherwise it will explode. Oh, you have a paid version. Well, why don't you have an account? That is ridiculous. Oh, it's the first compile. Yeah, I forgot. The first compilation of the day always takes a little bit longer. So that's a very good question. Well, what does he say to that when you ask him about that? Start. We're going to start another invoker run. There we go. Now we have the last night in our hands. In our hands, zombie. I'm going to add offering and pray to my card again. Is it offering and... Oh, maybe it's the other way around. It's offering and pray, not pray and offering. I guess that must be it. Yeah. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, no, it's the other way around. Of course. Okay. It was the wrong test case. We need to switch them around. Now it's offering and pray. Yes. I guess now we will see it. Ah, leaving a Teams message, right? That's the response. Oh, okay. Let's try it out. No, that's not it either. That is not it. No, because offering... No, offering kills the creature and restores faith. No, it's the other way around. Pray and offering. Weird. Okay, so let's try a new run with the... With the blessing, which I think is the reason why this happens. Offering and pray. So this converts faith to reduce despair. Alright. I'm gonna save this. Oh, there we go. And now we can change this to 5. Or maybe 4. Load it again. Wait until we actually get the card. There it is. So, does this work now? Pray and offering. No, it's the other. It should be the other way around. Okay, hold on 1 second. Yes. Pray. Offering. Ask a technician who set up the account, or did the boss do that by himself? I'm searching for sunlight. So what happens now? Nothing. It is offering and pray. Oh no. This is the correct. This is the correct one. Pray and offering. Okay. This doesn't do anything. Okay. It's not it's not because of the blessing. Weird. Very strange. I cannot think of another reason why this would not work. It just works. Ah, he doesn't have a business plan and needs to account himself. And the solution would be to get a business plan, and I guess that's the problem, paying more money. Boss wants to use AI but not pay for it. Makes sense. Yeah, there is no... what could be the issue here? Not sure. Yeah, I don't have enough information to go off here. Maybe drinking water helps. Not paying money to get something valuable. It sounds like typical behavior. Everybody trying to get something for free. Game thinks you're dead, launch that thing, and then resurrect you by keeping it. That's very strange. I have no idea. Maybe it's... Maybe if something happens on faith loss. Maybe if you have a curse that says on faith loss do something, or a blessing. Let's try that. What is a blessing with faith loss? Collection. I think there's no actual blessing. Oh, there it is. Faith loss weak enemies. Let's try adding equalize as well. Maybe that's the reason. So maybe you are about to die, but the blessing still goes off, so the spell also goes off at the same time, so it revives you while the blessing is active. Something like that. Let's try a new run. We have equalize over here. We're going to add faith here, pray. We're going to be close to death. Save that. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Player faith is 5, so we're going to load that, summon something, and pray that it works. No, it still is working as intended. Which you know is good, but apparently there is something bad happening, but I cannot reproduce it. We can try adding a curse. Maybe if the creature has a weird on-death effect. We can try that. We can try a few things, I guess. Let's put that on a board. Let's save it. Then we will open it again. Summon, recycle. What if this has on death bestow shield? So now we have two things that happen when this happens. Working as intended. What kind of edge case has this person stumbled into? That's interesting. Game thinks you're dead, launch death effects, and then resurrect you while keeping it. Keeping the effects, I guess. Well, there is no email address, so I cannot really ask. Oh well. At least we've proven that some edge cases work. But I don't know what this person walked into here. That's really interesting. Can't reproduce. A screen record of that happening would be nice. Yeah, absolutely. No idea, man. Or just give me an email address or whatever to contact this person. Yeah, I don't know. I'm out of ideas. Can't reproduce. I mean, obviously there's something going on, but I cannot think of any other. I mean, I can look at the code. Let's look at the code. Player death. It stops the music. Play that animation, game over. Guess it needs to update cards as modifier. No, it breaks here. So player hit. Lose faith is a yield return. If there's a function call here that is not a yield return, then maybe that's the reason. But everything is a yield return. What about here? No. I mean, game over is not a yield return. Game over is not a yield return. So maybe that's the reason. Because then it, but even then, it could get keep going here. I mean, that is an exceptional edge case. I'm going to take a short break. Maybe I will have an idea then. If not, we will just look at something else. Alright, I think I will just leave this for another time maybe. Because I cannot... I mean, there is a way where you can get out of that, I guess. If game over starts. But I mean, as soon as game over hits, then the game says you're done for, so I don't know. I have no idea. Because even fractures, the gold. Yeah. No, okay. Let's ignore that for now. I don't know. That is a very interesting edge case. Let's actually take a look at all of the maybe boss images. No, let's take a look at the stars effect icons. That seems fun. So whenever you get a stars effect, the icon should also appear in the little thingy that happens. Do I have anything here? Yes, I have shield. Nice. I'm just gonna do this and then go into a fight. Redraw, please. Nice. So I have this setting here. Whenever I add a shield, then we have a, you know, this card event appears, and we now have the shield icon in the description, and I want the same icon in the card detail that appears. So right here. I think that would be cool. So first we need to figure out how I did it in the past. Let's see, card status. Icon. Oh, there it is. It adds it in front of the beginning. Okay, let's try that. Bestow shield. Inflict shield. Inflict status effect. Somewhere here there should be a card event. different dice. Yes, yes, yes. A Lacrimator word? What? Oh, yeah, yeah. Show card event plus this, and another show card event plus this. Isn't it the same? Here's a lot of duplicate code. What have we learned about duplicate code? It's not good. But anyways. I think I need a function for this. Show card event for status effect. And then we can add all of this. And we probably need the existing effect, or at least the translate. No, the, what is it called? Just a string. So, show card event was this effect. I'm going to make a function here. String status name card event string, something like that. Then we have the function here somewhere where it says card event string is localized text, and the keyword is hopefully status name. I hope. Okay, let's try and see what happens. I'm curious. Probably results in error, but we will see. By the way, I saw a really cool post today on Instagram. It is this one. Basically, it says Elden Ring meets Caspar David Friedrich, and I think this was so well done. They picked the right screenshots from Elden Ring and compared it to Caspar David Friedrich paintings. That is a really cool post. That is absolutely beautiful. I don't know what they did with Elden Ring, but the color palette is so good. So maybe they just were inspired by Caspar David Friedrich, I don't know, but surely they took some inspiration from some art, I guess. Especially this area. This was so beautiful. Like the blue sky and blue sea and stuff like that, and then you have this yellow tree and the yellow flame. So beautiful. The art direction for Elden Ring was something else. You love my in-game photography? Yeah. Yeah, but this was a really cool comparison. Very nice. Okay, let's see if this is working. I wonder when another game like Elden Ring ever gets released. Okay, this definitely did not work. Oh, because it was a new event. I also need to add it here. We also need to add it here. Effect type to string. I hope this is correct. Hello IPO, how is it going? Yes, the card CS is huge. I have even bigger files. I have even bigger files. We are currently working on adding a new icon. Hopefully it works now. Yes, it works. Nice. Wow, that was easy. Holy shit. Cool. Can we try testing out poison maybe? Do we have poison? We have poison. Very nice. Let's try it again. Oh, that's really cool. I can, oh, yes. I can see it everywhere. That's nice. I like that a lot. Yes. What else do we have? Creature plate, no. Let's try it again. Nice. I don't know why, but it makes a huge difference. Oh, poison is gone. That should also have the... Let's also add it here. Reduce status effect. Doom, summon, burn, insanity whenever something gets reduced. Remove status effect. There it is. Show card event. Is that the only event? Yes, it is. Okay. Sehr cool. It just works. Does it? So whenever a status effect gets removed, you should also see the status effect icon. Hopefully that's true. Let's wait a few rounds. Oh, wait a minute, no. P, please. For me that's not hard, for you it's a normal kappa. I don't know why, but that is a kappa, yeah. I mean, I kinda knew that you were thinking about Todd Howard, but because it said it just works. But yeah. Poison -2. Oh, because of damage. Yeah, okay. Damage also needs to have something like that. So this is a hit, I think. Card events. Card events. Then it says this, yes. Okay, I think we need to do it here. Damage event. Ha! And now I have the problem that I thought I would get. I send you in Discord how it looks to me. We will see. Holy shit, what happened to your profile? It is actually taught hard. That's funny. Damage, source, status effect. There's so many effects, man. Even the text is stylized. Damage event. No, it just is. I guess I can do it myself. I guess I can do it myself. Like this. Hope it works. Fingers crossed. Then we have this. That's a big plus, I think. And now we're going to take a look at boss images. If this is indeed working, we'll see. Can I heal this? Oh, it works. Thumbs up. It just works. Once again. Yes. Icons everywhere. I love it. It's almost too much. But not really. I think it's really cool. Yes. More. More. More icons. Nice. Why is it sometimes bold and sometimes it's not? Okay, it is bold when it gets added. It's not bold when it gets removed. Weird choice, but okay. Let's take a look at boss images. Let's take a look at boss images. So we need 18 boss images and currently we have 13. Where is it? Card art, bosses. So these are the current bosses. Oh, we actually have 14. Okay. I don't know what Unity is doing every now and then, but whenever I go through images like this, something like a weird command prompt pops up or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what Unity is doing there. It is doing something. All right, we have card game, then we have card art, Werk Vogtre. And now let's take a look if we can find 18 more images. There are 45 elements here, so I think we should be good. I think we should be able to find more boss images. We've already used this one though. I think we used this one as well. I guess it was not as... $500 times 368, huh? Source. Okay. Seems good. Let's take a look. I feel like I've used some of those already. Right? No, probably. Probably it's just the same character again. Yeah. But this one is already used. This is a curse. Yeah. It is. This is a curse. How do we open a new window, please? Yes. I'm going to make a new folder. Source. Move that over here. This could be a boss down here. Yes. Is this a curse? No, this is not a curse yet. This one is a curse. I mean, that with a bit of an imagination, this could be a boss, but I want the bosses to be more menacing. This is also used. This is also used. And this as well. What about this one? That's a curse already. And this one too. Yeah, this is curse 13. Can I use... No, I can't. This is also already in the game. I recognize this one as well, yes. Oh, that was... Are these actually... No, these are letters. Okay. All good. That one could work. This one could work as well. Oh, this one is a curse. Yeah. But I can probably use the lower left one as a sort of strange boss. There's no face here, so we can remove that. It is what it is. Okay, so this one is not used. Maybe we can zoom in on some of the faces here. No. Probably not. That would actually work as a curse. Maybe in the future, if I need another one. This is definitely something that I can use. Oh, that's interesting. This is not a boss yet. No, it's not. Yeah, this artist is great. I'm gonna share a link. Absolutely amazing artist. Who has allowed me to use his images. Okay. Well, let us see if we can make some cool boss images now. We do have a lot of options, I think. Okay, 34 elements. We need 18. So we have to be a bit creative here. Hello Max, how's it going? I'm just trying to add 18 more bosses. Before I can actually do anything about that, I will have to find 18 boss images. And thankfully we have 34 images that we may be able to harvest images from. So we will see if we get to 18. Holy shit, indeed. Yeah. Maybe we will only be able to add 9 bosses or something like that, but we will see. It is very important that the bosses are really cool, so. But you know, we are shooting for the stars and maybe land on the moon. And that's maybe enough. If you don't get a cat boss, I'm gonna quit. All right. Let me just find the bosses again, and we will start with this one. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Find the most cat. Yeah, there is one actually. I think this is what Tarek is talking about. There's one cat image. There we go. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be a boss. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one. That's a really cute cat. Yeah. I guess. But then there's also this guy. Oh my god, this art style is amazing. Can we use this image? Yes, we can. We just have to make sure that it's not too modern, so we're going to cut out all of these, the background or whatever. We could probably try to make this boss as well. So yeah, we will try to bend it a little bit. Is he doing the thumbs at the guy on the cross? Maybe, you know, he's enjoying it. He's like, oh yeah, this is what I was born for. Always look on the bright side of love. Oh my god, that was the perfect reference. Yeah, that's it. The stream is done. Max just found the perfect reference. Oh my god. That was really good. Okay, this is also not a boss yet, is it? No. Interesting. Okay. Didn't I... Ah, there it is, card art. Okay, let's use that instead. It was the first thing that came to your mind. Why didn't I think of that? But yeah, that was a good one. Life's great. Life is great. So, let's try add some new bosses here. Upgrade this, whatever. Bosses. Enemies. What is an ESL video? What is an ESL video? But alright. Oh, StarCraft tournament. Nice. Well, thanks for stopping by. Have fun with the StarCraft tournament. Dum 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 dum. This might be... This might be a little hard on the blurriness of it. Thank you. I have a screenshot where I reach Grandmaster rank and flexing, just saying it loud. I like it. Not flexing, just saying it out loud. That's a good one. I didn't even know there was a StarCraft tournament. Yes, it was a Grandmaster in Archon League. Don't get too excited. I have no idea about that. Well, what does all of it mean? No. Maybe like this. And save that. Bosses. Boss 15. ISL is, I think, 2 times a year. Wow. Archon League means you are 2 people sharing the same RTS units. It's really fun and frustrating. Wow. So you really have to divide the tasks very clearly, right? Wow. It's a StarCraft 1. Wow. The best StarCraft. Oh, you played it as well? Nice. If teammate move left and you move right, it stands still. Oh my god! You actually have to share the same view, of course. Oh my god, that makes things much more complicated. Dude, the communication required there is insane. And the amount of training. I guess you really have to be in like one brain. We got high rank early on because we were so in sync. We could dual stuff instead of divide. Nice. We never talked, it was insane coordination, like synchron swimmers. Yeah, I can see that. We always divided into macro and micro, otherwise it would have been effed. That is really interesting. So I guess one guy moves the camera, what? And the other one just tries to do stuff here or whatever in the center of the screen. That is funny. Cannot imagine it any other way. I have no idea. We were S1, I'll tell you, Max. It took 5,000 games. Wow. Yeah, I guess it's after 5,000 games, you really know what the other person is thinking, right? That is insane. I don't know if it's this guy or this guy. I guess maybe it's more like this guy. Alright. Why does this have a weird black background? Thank you, Max, for stopping by. Have fun. Okay, I think that's better. Boss 16. Let's go. Then we have this one. So we're going to move that over to used. Bosses. Used. Both of these are done now. Can we use this one? I guess we can. It's just a person sitting, right? Don't look at us. It's actually kind of ominous. All right. I use Visual Studio Code, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it is Visual Studio Code. No, it is Visual Studio. What? Oh yeah. Visual Studio. My mind made up the code part. That's interesting. It's staring into the camera. I just use whatever Unity comes with, to be honest. I don't care much. What is the biggest difference, would you say, between VS Code and VS? Like, why should I use the one over the other? Oh, this is a good boss. I like that one. Yeah. Perfect. Try to make him centerpiece. Alright. Let's save that as well. Boss number 18. Then we're going to add this to... Wait a minute, the left one. No, the left one is not good. We could try using this one. But that is a... Not sure if that is a boss, to be honest. No. VS Code feels more lightweight to me. It's somewhere between VS and Notepad++. Oh, cool. One is just a monolith, the other is atomized modular VS Code. Had a ton of problems with the integration to C# and also Unity. Oh. Finally fixed it recently. It took ages, multiple years to get it right. Wow. A bigger question is why not JetBrains Rider? That stuff looks too good for C#. No, probably not. Let's give it a try, actually. Can give it a try. Boss 19. Could be a cool boss too. I agree. Something inside ear can also be imposing, true. For Unity, nothing beats Rider in your opinion. Okay. Generated JetBrains stuff is just amazing. Is Rider free? JetBrains Rider? Is it free though? A bit more of his shape. Oh, like this. If it was free, it would be a no JetBrainer. There you go. Well, it's free for hobbyists, I think. I think it's $10 a month. Oh, not for commercial. Yeah, the thing is, if I wanna do it like this. Oh. And then still center it, there's nothing to the right of it, so... And this is the cutoff point, because here is the name of the card, so... That's not gonna work. Yeah, so the focus should always be on the face for the boss fights, which is why I'm doing it like this. I mean, we can still see if it works. Tableau is free for non-commercial use, including hobbyist projects, learning, and open source development. Oh. 170 for first year, but it gets cheaper after that. Ah. Yeah, but this looks interesting enough. Oh, you can't see it. I think this looks interesting. We can work with that. Next one. I think this one is really exciting. Let's see. Maybe we need to make it bigger, smaller. But that, I think this is like a cosmic horror kind of boss, so it could work. Don't this just yet. Maybe like this. Yeah. It reminds me of Bloodborne as well. Definitely give Rider a shot if you haven't yet. It's really well integrated with Unity. Well, if it costs money for commercial use, then I will not try it. I wish I could, but it's... If this is already doing everything I want to do, then I guess I'm happy with that. So, I mean, you guys are saying Rider looks good, but what does that mean? What does that mean? No, I think this is actually... Wait, no. It needs to be like this because of the lacrima at the bottom. Yeah. The lacrima are at the bottom, but I'm also going to try making it much smaller. Maybe there's something else that we can see here. Maybe it's more interesting like this, actually. It looks kind of scary. What is the rest of the image though? Oh, it's just people. Yeah, let's try it like this. I'm tainted by the many years of bad C# integration with Visual Studio Code, but Rider just seems to not only work great with Unity, but also as it should on next level. The IntelliSense is just too strong. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, so it's giving you, like whenever you look for a reference or whatever, then it feels better integrated or stuff like that. Is that what you mean? Just really well integrated. It shows you a lot of stuff you would only see in Unity rather than the editor, for example. Oh, interesting. Bad is not a strong enough word. It can even do Unity specific quick fixes. Wow. Yeah, maybe there's a reason it costs money. You know? Maybe there's a reason for that. For sure. Maybe there's a reason for that. This one is interesting. It does have you know. I mean, maybe it's fine. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this fine? It's art, right? Does this affect the rating of the game? Not sure about that. Not entirely sure about that. Pains and difference. I don't. Yeah, I could probably do it, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to. If I should alter the artwork, you know. There's not much music going on anywhere else, no. Yeah, maybe this is the right one. It looks very imposing. I mean, this would be really cool. Maybe we can just zoom in. Zoom in really closely. Maybe like that. That could work. It is a bit blurry though. But we can have a... Let's see, how far can we go? How far can we go? Oh. I guess maybe like this. This should be fine. Right? I don't see anything. Do you see anything? I don't see anything. Good. Maybe we can add a bit of sharpness to it. Just a little bit. Oh. That might work. I feel like that's good enough. I just remembered I used to work as a game tester for Natural Selection 2. Oh my god. That's a flex. They had a new map release with poster in-game with a female silhouette dancing, and they were like, no, this is not going to be the production. Oh. Yeah, it's you know. Oh, maybe we can censor this, but yeah, it's... I don't want to tinker with the art. For example, it tells you what the code editor, how many assets use a class, and you can jump right straight to them in Unity. That is really cool. Tells you how often a variable is overwritten in the Unity editor. Wow. Stuff like that just makes it feel so much more connected. That makes sense. Yeah, natural selection is pretty cool. Ahead of its time. What are they doing at the moment? Do you know? Like, I'm sure they have their own game studio or are working on something, right? Right? I'm going to use the other one as well, because I think that also looks very cool. Nice. You don't have any eyes, but it's the back of a person. Then we add this to sources. What do we have here? That looks really cool. Let's try that. I guess it works like this. Let's see. We could also have this guy down here. He's like, yeah. Wait a minute. What happens if we have both of them in the screen? No. No, that's not, no, that's not close enough. I guess we will do it this way, but try to center it a bit more. Maybe like this. That looks interesting. The game is dying hard. They did a whole Subnautica series instead and earned much more money on single player non-violent games. That's cool. They were bought up by Krafton, Creative Battlegrounds Unknowns. Nice. The piece still belongs to them, but I believe to remember one of the creators' friend was killed in a school shooting and decided not to make violent games anymore. That took an unexpected turn. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I can totally see having that having an effect on you. Wow. I'm gonna tell you a very sad story. I hope I'm not gonna cry. I'm not. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh about this, but God, just thinking about it. Okay, maybe I will not tell it. No, I will tell it because I think it's important. Remember how we talked about Kid Red? And we didn't know. So this comic was made a long time ago, in 2002 and stuff like that, right? And nobody knows where the creator currently is. Well, I've gotten in contact with somebody who found out. And apparently this person has died. Yeah. The creator of this comic is dead. He was around my age, which makes it more devastating, I think. But here's the good thing. Here's the good story about this. Apparently he was an artist until he eventually died. So, and he still kind of did what he enjoyed doing. He was a manager of an ice cream shop or whatever. So, but yeah, this is kind of crazy. I didn't want to find out this specifically. I was hoping that I could get in contact with him and do something with him together. But yeah, that was a very unfortunate turn of events. So if you wanna keep his spirit alive, because I think he truly made something really, really special, just go through the archives here and read the comic. It was really, really cool, and also I think ahead of its time. It was very, very nice comic. I just started reading this. Yeah. Sorry for the drama, but I wish a natural selection 3 would be a reality in the future. Yeah. I hope AI can help us. Well, I'm not gonna go into that. I mean, who knows? But yeah, man, that Kid Red story that fucked me up for a few days. That was definitely gives you something to think about, huh? I just whenever I hear something like that, I just keep telling myself, just do whatever you feel like doing, and this is I think what I'm doing right now. I hope I'm doing that. What I like to do, like streaming, for example. I really like doing that. I like working on my games as much as possible. Whatever you feel like doing, But yeah. Just gotta keep going, guys. Alright. We have this one. What is this one? That is really cool. But it also shows me that it is so important to celebrate artists that are still alive today. It is so important, which is why, for example, when I'm working with art by Werk Vogtre over here, I just like to share his link because he is still alive, and I mean, I hope. I don't know about right now, but it just matters to people who are still alive if they get, if the art gets shared and if people enjoy their art. So I think this is really, really important. Agree and be happy you do. Well, thank you for being here. It is sad sometimes, yeah. That is badass. Should I use this one? I guess I use this one. Very cool. But yeah, usually it takes a weird life event like that to wake people up, make people feel like, oh my god, I don't have infinite amount of time. Because I remember when I was a teenager and a bit younger, you know, you almost feel a little bit invincible. But as soon as you have this one event, I think it changes your life forever. Boss 24. Do we have another one? I probably could use this one, to be honest. This could be another boss. This is one. This is a really cool background. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we can use another one. Like this. I cannot even play Subnautica. I have this super weird fear of virtual waters. I love diving in real life and have had a few certificates. Dude, I have a fear of all kinds of waters, virtual and real life. Like I could not imagine going diving. It's so scary to me. I even don't like when, you know, there's a specific phobia. Submechnophobia or whatever. When things are submerged or maybe half submerged. It is I don't know, images. I mean, that's good, I guess. Wow, all of these, like this one, for example, that is no. I cannot. Oh, this is not good at all. This one especially. That gets me so right in my phobia or whatever that is. Whew. I get a mini panic attack when I see water in game. It's so it's not cringe. What is the picture with the thumbs down? I have no idea. But yeah, seeing stuff half submerged or whatever, that's not good. But there was an artist. Oh my god, can I find this? Artist makes underwater statues. Yeah. Underwater sculptures. Really amazing art. Is that it? Is that what I mean? Yeah, it is. Dude, look at this. This is so amazing. But it triggers definitely whatever phobia I have. Like, oh my god, this is so cool. Look at that. That is really, really cool. But yeah, it's dude, look at this. That's so cool. Oh my god, he's all over the world. As a sailor, I cannot relate. You're a sailor? That's cool. Jack Knack the Sailor Man. Did you randomly ever play Rune? No, I don't think so. I don't think I ever played Rune. I played Rune single player as a kid. The second that the boat crashes and you're trapped underwater and there's this fish that haunts and eats you. Oh my god. There was this section in Half-Life with the fish. Half-Life fish section. That scared the shit out of me when I played this. Like, this scene alone is driving me crazy. I could get barely through this section. And I remember I was so fed up with the fish scaring me at one point that I just at one point took my crowbar and jumped into the water with my eyes closed and just waited for it to die. But yeah, back then the scene was crazy scary. Nowadays I think I can play it because I kind of know that it's, you know, it's just Half-Life graphics, and I think I've been working with Half-Life too much. Yeah, it doesn't have an effect on me anymore. But back then this was a little bit crazy. It was a little janky, yeah. I'm gonna be right back. Oh, many small holes. Yeah, dude, that is another one. That doesn't trigger me as much, but I can definitely see why. I can definitely see why. Yeah, and if you look up images, it might actually cause a new phobia for you. Decompression minute after all the phobia talk? Yes. Let's calm down a little bit. But yeah, panic attacks are a strange thing, because once you have had a panic attack, then your body will remember the triggers that led up to the panic attack. So in a very strange way, it's almost like you're getting afraid of being afraid or whatever. So it's this weird spiral that you have to walk through. And the only thing that can help you is just exposure therapy, just, you know, trying to get closer and closer to the situation again that originally sparked a panic attack, and then, you know, keep telling yourself that that everything is okay, and then try a few grounding techniques. But yeah, panic attacks are some of the most irrational things that can happen to your body. It's like, oh my god, I'm dying, but you're not dying. Your body's just stupid. I mean, no, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. All right, I think we have this saved as well, right? Yeah. This is me. How many bosses will a game have total in the end? I'm currently planning to have 31 bosses, because so the thing is that players have said it would be really cool if every day on the journal has the same boss every time at the end of the run, right? And there are 31 days. So my plan is to have one unique boss for every day. Which, yeah, it's just 31 bosses. It's gonna be really, really hard, because I want to make sure that the bosses have very unique mechanics. So again, I might just be overshooting, but here I'm shooting for the stars, and hopefully I will land on the moon. So this is the goal. And worst case, I have enough images to just add more bosses over the next year or whatever. Let me see that. It'd be like that. Dude, I really like the ocean. I love the ocean, because whenever I get the chance, I try to go to the beaches and stuff. Like the last time I did this was in San Francisco. I really, really enjoy going to the ocean. Like seeing this, the infinite horizon and stuff like that, it just really gets to me. I think this is really, really cool. But stepping into it and swimming in it, no. I don't even like swimming in lakes, to be honest. And I think I know the reason why. Because when I was a child, I was out with my father, and we were both in a kayak. And at one point, the kayak actually tilted, so we both were thrown out of the kayak. And I remember this very clearly. I was like 5 or 6 years old, or maybe 7 years old. I don't know. I remember this very clearly because I tried coming up for air. So I tried the first time, and there was the boat above of me. So I tried to take a step to the side and tried to come up again. And again, I hit my head on the boat. So apparently the boat was exactly like this, right? And I keep stepping to the right, and every time I still had hit the boat. And I was like, okay. I still remember this because I felt like, oh, is this how I'm going to die or whatever? Because, you know, I at some point I will run out of air. But then I took, you know, a few bigger steps, and then I eventually made it to the top. But I think this might have caused some water phobias or whatever. Maybe this is why. I don't know. Near-drowning experience, same for me. Maybe this is what triggers the shit. Absolutely, yeah. I think this might be it. I honestly think this might have been it, because I remember, like, when you're underwater and at some point you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not getting to the surface. It's a very special fear that rises up in your body. It's like, oh, is this it? I also find it so interesting that you can have a very clear thought in your head. Like the question comes up where it's like, oh, is this how it's going to end? It's not like, oh my god, no, you just have a very calm reaction to it. It's like, oh yeah, I guess this is it, huh? I guess this is it. I remember a few times in my life where it's like, oh yeah, I guess this is it, huh? Isn't that weird? Like it's some on the one hand you're kind of panicking, on the other hand it's like, oh, this is really interesting. This is really interesting. This is, yeah, I guess this happens to my body. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That is how your body reacts to it. Ah. All right, where were we? Today is all over the place. This one looks interesting. Don't I have this one already? I feel like I have this one already. Let's add this to the source files. Isn't this already a boss? No, it's not. Okay, well, welcome aboard. Get in here. There you go. There you go. You sound like an alien scientist hijacking a human body and is curious about the new feeling he is experiencing, right? I guess near-death experience as a child caused you to become interested in game development. I don't know where that came from. I mean, and there could be other reasons. For example, I got bullied a lot in school, and especially on the playground and stuff. To the point where people actually hit me on my... They physically hit me. And at some point, I think I just realized that staying inside is better, and then I will just create my own worlds. Maybe that's how you get into game development. I don't know. Bullet into game development. I have no idea. It might be a reason for a direction you went in, like a game where you die constantly or a game where you fight death. Yes. There is a... It is the same in almost everything I do. Like one character fights against some really, really overwhelming odds and still finds a piece of hope despite the odds against them. I think this is a reoccurring theme in everything I do, and that might be related to that. But yeah, hello Nix and Ali, how's it going? We have a very special episode today. We have a very special episode today. I think this is fine like this. I think this is fine. It's death special, yes. Is this also... I mean, this looks like a person, right? With the hair, but yeah, this is probably not going to work. I think we are slowly getting enough boss images anyways, because we already have 26, so we might have a surplus at the end. I'm doing stellar. Can I vent about my job a bit? It's how are you doing? You can vent about your job just a little bit. I think I'm doing quite alright. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. But that's fine. Yeah, there's a bit of a situation here as well. If you know what I mean. We could try it out and zoom in a little bit. Boss 24 is really cool. 16 looks sick. Yeah, 24 is this one. Nice. Yeah. No, I'm really excited about these ones. I'm really excited about the new ones. It's tricky. Today's birthday of one of my younger brothers. He's turned 26 recently, a couple of hours ago, I think. Okay, a couple of hours ago. This might be... Yeah, we can avoid the situation. Okay. We avoided the situation. Maybe add a bit more sharpness to it. Congrats to your brother, true. My rant about a job might turn out a bit lengthy then, as it explains stuff that ticks me off about it currently. Well, does this do anything? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm on the wrong image. I am on the wrong image. Let's do that. Now it does something. Just a little bit sharper. 27. All right. I believe this is also a curse though, so we might have to be careful about that. Experiencing drawing in the wrong layer in its own way, yes. Let's try to use this one. Yeah. The good thing about having too many bosses is that we can then decide what to delete. I'm not sure which one I should use, the upper one or the lower one. Or both of them. Maybe just use both. That looks interesting. That looks interesting. Both is good. Both. Why not both, you know? Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit more, but no. No. I think this was fine. No? Maybe just a little bit more. Like this. Again, the top part here is reserved for the card title, so you will not see this. That is why I'm framing it this way. Okay, let's try it out. You can always change it later again. Hello, Nick. Move that to source. One of the bosses already look a little like thin, if you get what I mean. Boss 20. Boss 20. Oh yeah. The reason I still wanted to try it out is because it kind of looks like a cosmic horror boss. So it could be very interesting, and I really like that it looks very different from the other ones. So it is very distinct. And it could be a really, really scary boss with the right mechanics. Piece of English, yeah. Cosmic Horror, yes, exactly. It reminds me of a bit of Bloodborne or maybe even Elden Ring. Nick always finds a way to hit my guilty conscience. I didn't know what that word, but now I know what it is. Oh. You gave me ammo would be a waste not to use it. I guess Nick can really when Nick sees an opening, he will pour salt into it. That is what Nick does. Like even when I make a tiny little mistake, Nick will point it out. That's just how he is. No, Nick, no. 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 Yeah, it should be timed out. Yeah. It's that was on the edge. That was on the edge. That is a really cool boss. I think I'm gonna have fun with that one for sure. Okay. Wait, can we make it I like that the face is that big, but can we make it a little bit smaller? No, because we don't have space on the right. Alright. I'm walking on a mirror's edge. So what else do we have? I think we can use this one, but I also kind of don't like it. I don't know, it feels... I don't know, I kind of don't like it as a boss. I don't know. No. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's not a boss. Pulls out hammer, oh my god. I have to try this game, we'll probably buy it next week. It's the full supporter pack with art book and soundtrack like all the other indie devs do. I have there's a soundtrack edition, if you're talking about Face in Despair. I don't know. There is a soundtrack edition that you can buy. Or you can buy one of the other bundles. You can buy the bundle with Buckshot Roulette, for example. For example. But I still don't rant about my job. You can bonk me after rant, though I don't mind. So the problem with this image is there's a chair in the background. And I like to avoid things that feel modern. So we might have to trick a little bit. I don't wanna cut it out because that would certainly be even weirder. But maybe we can do it like this. So maybe it looks a little bit like a shoulder. Almost, or it's just standing in front of something. I guess it could work like this. Yeah, I think it works like this. Chair ruined the boss, yeah. I think it works though. I don't think you can see that it's a chair like this. There's also Lakama at the bottom, so at best you will see this part. You will not see this part. So maybe like this. No, here it looks more like a chair, right? Yeah, kind of have to do it like that. We will see what it looks like in the game. A bit more clearing. I don't know. We will see. Might also be too... Wait a minute. Can try the auto filter. Maybe something like that. Oh my god, I will try to be as brief as I can. Everybody hang tight. Everybody gonna break. Okay, this is number 30. So we are getting close to 31, which is good because that means Oh my god, should we use the owl? The owl? Should we use the owl as a boss? No. No. I think we are getting a surplus, which means we can be more selective afterwards, which is very good. Let's see if we can find something here. I mean, maybe this guy? Or maybe this guy? I don't know. Let's just see what happens when we put it into the scene. Oh, it's really, really small. I guess we can use this guy. Oops. I guess it works. Maybe zoom in a little bit more. Not sure about that one. Not sure. Yeah, this would be fun, but it's I think it looks a bit too modern with the suit. What about this guy? We could try it. Maybe like this. That could be a boss. Yeah, I can see it. Alright. Let's try it out. 31. So we have officially reached the required number of images, but we will keep going and then we can pick the best ones. Janitor, okay. Typically, part 1 rate continue. Hauling snow, making sure the space are clean. Okay, yeah, okay. Part 1 red. Continue. I really like this one. That is so cool. I'm going to do this, move this to used. Why is this not a boss yet? What have I been smoking? You'll have to have a good one. My son begs from playing Minecraft. Alright. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend task, and thanks for stopping by. That is perfect boss material. Let's try making it a little bit smaller, see what happens. I mean, I kind of like it, but maybe it was better with a bit of a close-up. Like this. I think this is better. Slap that mine. If only Imhotep was here. Alright, we have 32. Is there something else on this image that we can use? No. This could be a curse. This looks like a curse, honestly. But yeah. Anyways. Let's move that out of the way. What about this chicken? A satanic chicken. I mean, we have a cat already, so maybe when I worked for them in the past. They assigned you 4 different territories. Wow. Holy moly. What do we think about that as a boss? It's the chicken boss. I'd clean up one territory and then send me to another one. It looks a bit goofy, yeah, I agree. I'm not sure about it either. I don't think we need it. Alright. What is that one? This could be a curse, honestly. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. That is cool. Very ominous. Yeah. Might actually move it to the left here. Now that is a cool boss. How much is the salary? I remember, but please tell him if you want. Boss 33. Used. Now I wish I could use a train because the train looks really, really cool. Let's just see what it looks like, but yeah. So if the train was a boss, then this was what it looks like. You ever wanna fight a train? Like in Final Fantasy VIII? Okay, what else do we have? I think we have 2 more. That, no, that's, I mean, no. No. That's not a boss, that's a dead person. Let's try that. That could be a boss. That is interesting. But maybe not good enough. Doesn't really say anything. To be specific, if I worked an entire month, then it would pay me the salary of about 500 euros. My mom lived. They used to have 8 of your kids for the what? 8 of your kinds for the area. They now bought robots to do grass and even tree cutting. Damn. No, this will happen here anytime soon for best or worst, yeah. I don't think this works as a boss. Let me see what it looks like when I save it here. Wait, let's go to the top again and move that to used. I think APO means that they had 8 Genesis to do the cleaning, but now all of them are replaced with clankers. Yeah. Oh, maybe it does work. Actually looks kind of cool. Yeah, we will try that. Alright, we have officially gone through all of the items, through all of the images that we still have. The rest could actually be curses if you ask me. Some of them at least. Like this one is definitely a curse. This one, maybe 2, this one, these 3. So we have potential images for a bunch of courses. That's very nice. I'm going to add the new ones to the game. Exactly, and they make a lot of noise because they run 24/7. Wow. When power is cheap during the night, yeah. And they can't even cut grass properly because of moles. So they highly got to put buckets on top of all the entrances. This is exactly what I feel like the future is going to be like. Yeah? Like everybody is going to be super excited about adding AI and robots to everything, and then you have people that... Then you have to hire people to fix stuff that machines screwed up. That feeling when you're on mole bucket duty again. So what do you do for a living? I'm on mole bucket duty. This is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, doesn't matter, okay. So what do we have here? It is overridden for Android. Not here. Okay, so we need to override it for Android. Give me the settings, please. And then we'll just apply the same settings for Android. I don't know where you have to import it again because we are not in the Android build, are we? No, but okay. That's fine. Why would you want a Roomba running in your apartment 24/7? I think he's talking about cutting grass. Not in your apartment. But yeah. Let's take another look at them. Yeah, I guess boss 17 is not that good. We'll see. The giant cat. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The next step that I'm gonna do, the next thing that I'm gonna do, and I'm going to do this off stream, but I'm going to take a look at all of the images and then let the image inspire the game mechanics. So I hope that I can find some really cool mechanics for all of these bosses. And maybe find ones that are not too hard to implement. But yeah, that is going to be the next step. They run from Monday to Friday, day and night. Not kidding, that's crazy. Like, yeah, what is even the benefit of that? What is even the benefit of that? Find more images, we did that. They only stop weekends because people noise complain, and they will probably break at night too. Wow. It's going to be a revolution. The rise against the robots. Okay, let's try the gambler changes because I'm really excited for those. I'm really excited for those. So the gambler is in a bit of a weird state because I personally really like how the gambler plays, but I can see why people have a problem with it. And the reason is it's just not as much fun as the other starter decks. So I'm trying to find the fun in this starter deck, and I think I've found a solution. My dad had a pool robot cleaner for years, way before rumors got cool. Nice. I got a robot before it was cool. Yeah, that is just weird. Like, why do they have to run all the time? Like, you don't mow your lawn every day, do you? I think you do it once a week or something like that. I mean, I don't have a lawn, so I don't know. What I'm saying is to standardize the stuff running underwater before we commercialized it for household. Mm-hmm. All right. Twitter news, what? Oh my god! We have a news update. Hot off the presses. RAM memory companies plummeted and are reporting $1 million losses after Google's announcement of the creation of an AI algorithm that reduces memory usage by a factor of 6 and improves speed by a factor of 8. RAM prices are projected to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity has once again found a solution. Who could have seen that coming? Who could have seen that coming? Nice one. I feel like there's every time something like this happens where people are running into shortages and stuff like that, I always believe that humans will find a solution. They always do. They always do. To a problem it created. I mean, that is, yeah. Isn't that the truth for all we do? We create problems and then find solutions. That is what we do. All right, gambler changes. What do we want to do? We can still block damage. No more HP gain. Okay, the first thing that I want to try is this one. Maybe Gatebox won't be all expensive after all. You know what? Here's a what is it called? What do we call something that is a dark secret? Come on, guys, you know what I'm talking about. Wake me up when the Geekbox releases, please. But anyway, here's a theory. What if Valve actually helped in doing that? There's no chance in that, but wouldn't that be really funny? Because Gabe was like, you know what? We need more RAM. Google is the problem. Is part of the problem. So maybe we don't like OpenAI, but we will help Google. So maybe we'll find a compromise. But this is what I've been predicting. I mean, also a lot of people, is that people will find a way to run the all of that AI stuff on less and less hardware requirements, and that is the reason why all of the data centers and stuff like that are going to be, not all of them, but you know, it's just like all of this buying up of RAMs and RAM modules and making nuclear reactors for data centers and stuff like that. I think this is all going to I guess it's not all going to be for nothing, but at some point, you know, people will just be able to run it on their own machines, because they will find a way. People always find a way. Interesting conspiracy. There it is. Life finds a way, yeah. Run AI on calculator. I'm not saying that you need like you can run it on a toaster, but I think that because AI like DeepSeek and whatever that are running on open source, at some point there's no reason to pay for AI. So OpenAI and Gemini with all of the business models, I don't know, it's just going to be really, really interesting. And people are saying it's not a bubble. I believe it is. Dumbest calculator that hallucinates 58% of time, yeah. Maybe then we can finally stop calling it AI. Like at some point we have to stop calling it AI. I don't even know who started doing that. I tried to look it up, and there's no conclusive evidence of who called it AI first. Because in research, I don't think any of the scientists ever called it AI. I think it was just some sales people who are like, oh yeah, we can sell this as AI. Just let me handle it. I will call it AI. It sounds very salesy to me. Because the scientists would always use the right term for it. Would always say, no, it's a large language model, LLM or whatever. And Sora is that, yeah. Who cares about that, right? Who cared about that? Who cared about Sora? Vibe coding has been named the Collins Dictionary Award of the Year for 2025, marking a rapid adoption from a niche tech term to mainstream recognition. That is crazy. Yeah, but you know what else? The word of the year is slop. So maybe define slop as digital content of low quality that is produced usually in quantity by means of artificial intelligence. And I think this is a very cool counter movement to AI generated stuff. So again, I still believe that humans at some point will collectively say, okay, you know what, this is trash. But probably 80% of people will still watch AI generated TikToks and don't care about it. Which is fine. Doesn't care about Sora, just so you know. Oh, yeah, I know that OpenAI had an investment by Disney for that, and that money is now gone, and Disney is like, oops, let's get out of here. Yeah, I guess OpenAI will crumble at some point. I cannot see them surviving. Metaverse also got shut down, right? $80 billion. Just so you can sit in a virtual media room in your furry suit. $80 billion for that. IPO wasn't wrong either, since you pulled Slop being a word of the year. Yeah, no, I'm not saying he was wrong. I said that Slop was also word of the year. But thanks for that. But isn't OpenAI still going to be public? Which is interesting because it also says IPO. Is that a coincidence? Probably not. But yeah, apparently they also still want to go public later this year. It's really gonna be interesting. Input processing the output. Okay. have to say I cannot hear the word slop anymore. I cannot hear the word slop anymore. I cannot hear the word AI anymore. I'm just done with all of that. AI generated this, AI generated that. We have to use AI everywhere. Vibe code. It's just too much. I love Nick Sinali again with the remark. A lot of people are calling everything slop, true. Even just multiplayer games are now called friend slop. Like slop is used for everything nowadays, I think. Lol, you just hear the EM dash, AI slop. Yeah, you can hear the EM dash. I like how the EM dash is now going to be killed and completely removed from all of literature because people just want to make sure that it's not AI generated. No, don't slop that mint. I had a discussion yesterday about Crimson Desert and a lot of people said they think it's slop. It has no character. At least you sent Renapunk. Why do they call Crimson Desert slop? I don't understand. It's really not that bad. Why do you call this slop? Like, where are they coming from? I guess it's just cool to hate on stuff. I don't know. This is like, is anything here AI generated? That is the question. Because I seem to recall that the AI generates. Oh yeah, generative AI technology is used in supplementary capacity during the creation of some 2D prop assets. Okay. Any such assets are replaced through our production pipeline by our art development teams, ensuring they meet our quality standards and creative direction. That is a really cool disclaimer though. That is very nice. So everything here, everything that you see here, dude, that does not look like slop. I don't know. Look at this. The effects are really, really cool. That cube effect. This one, this is crazy good. I like that one a lot. How can you call it slop? I guess they must think it's cool to hate on it. Wait a minute. Okay. Those people just watched Ready Player One and just expected the unexpected. Oh, I see. Do you think they had too high expectations for Crimson Desert? The people generally enjoying Crimson Desert? Yeah, about 30,000. Or maybe 25,000, at least. Palworld was called slop on its initial release as well, and people were very skeptical. Yeah, but I seem to believe Palworld did not look as good as this. Palworld looked almost like a cheap Breath of the Wild kind of game. Like, in terms of visuals. So I can see that, but this is not looking like that. I think some people just want to hate on everything nowadays. So here's what I think happens. If you watch Video Game Donkey, if you watch his videos and you watch the video that he made of Crimson Desert, I believe, so here's what, this is maybe a hot take, I don't know, but Video Game Donkey is actually bad. Like I don't know, but he's always playing games in a very certain way, finding bugs and stuff like that, which is good if you want to entertain an audience. But in this case, I think, like, for example, if you have people that are talking to Tarok, maybe they've seen the video, because this is a huge portion of people that watch his videos, right? 1.7 million is not not a small audience. But if you influence this many people, making them believe that this game is trash, because he is always showing what's going wrong in these games, then I believe people will just have that opinion of the game, right? because he always talks about how bad the water effects are, and sometimes he gets stuck somewhere. If you watch this video and this is the only reference of Crimson Desert, then you might be thinking that Crimson Desert is trash or slop or whatever. And that is why I think sometimes his videos come really off as very negative, and it might be entertaining for people, but like in this case, maybe some of the early negative reviews were because of this video. You don't know. Because Video Game Donkey has a bit of a cult following. They just enjoy his jokes and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure, but this is some of his videos are really almost a bit hateful in a weird way. Not really, but he talks like his jokes are very demeaning sometimes, which is, again, if you like the sort of content, it's fine. But what I find really grotesque about that is that he's also publishing games now. So if you're publishing games but talking shit about other games, also possible, because I also do that, right? But it is just a bit weird. It feels a bit dissonant. People just want to hate on everything nowadays. Yeah. Parrot doesn't look good at all. I have no opinion about that, to be honest. It ended up being massive success and it's rapidly approaching 1.0 release. Nice. And yeah, I think he is laser focused on issues. I mean, he should be in quality assurance, to be honest, because he is really good at finding bugs and strange issues. But in terms of, like, especially for Crimson Desert, the first few days were really important for them, right? Because they had a lot of negative reviews and stuff like that. And if there's a video coming out with 1.7 million views and it just shows you how bad the game is, which, to be fair, you could argue that the developers shouldn't have released the game in that state, right? You could argue for that as well. I think I will wait 3 months and watch Max's video on Crimson Desert, hopefully, if you will make one, that is, yeah. It's really hard to describe. You all know that games could be so much more. That doesn't mean these games aren't impressive. The expectation is just endless. World of Warcraft really did a huge impact in gaming industry on release. You guys must require getting more of the same. Skyrim 4000 or Red Dead Redemption Chore Simulator just becomes pointless. Okay, so let me understand your argument. You're saying that we all know that games could be so much more, but companies still churn out these weird fetch quest games. Is that what you're saying? And that is what people expected of Crimson Desert. They just wanted a really, really cool immersive experience, but it's not. At least not for them. I don't know. Well, it's interesting that you mentioned World of Warcraft having a huge impact on the gaming industry. I believe so as well. And I did, you know, after World of Warcraft came out, you saw a lot of games that tried to copy it. And they all had these fetch quests and stuff like that. I mean, it definitely had an impact on, I think, Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, making a realistic open world simulation like Breath of the Wild is really tough to pull off. Yes, I agree. So you can see why people can interpret Crimson Desert as soulless. Honest truth though is they probably didn't play it, or if they did, only for 5 minutes. Yeah, that is what I'm also thinking. Usually it's just a bandwagon hate going on, right? And again, this is why having a video like Video Game Donkey's video can be very dangerous, because then you have a huge train of people having the same opinion. None of them have played the game. They just have seen his videos. And now they don't know that the game is actually really good. And that is... the video will just be up there for eternity. So even if you just look for Crimson Desert on YouTube, so imagine you're browsing on Steam and you're seeing Crimson Desert, then you want to watch a gameplay trailer or gameplay video, and you see Video Game Donkey's video because it has a lot of views. Will you still buy it after watching Video Game Donkey's video? I don't know. But again, maybe it is also on the game developers, maybe they should have had more quality assurance. I don't know. Yeah, Donkey is hating. He is very demeaning in some cases. I will be right back. A game coming out with a day 1 patch is always weird. Yeah, here, hold on a second. We're gonna talk about that. Some fixes are only possible to implement after the game was played by a large audience. Yeah, that is a good point, I think. Games that are big like this can have so many problems you aren't able to find in the testing phase because you don't have enough players to test the game as large as this. I kinda agree with that. So here's what happened with my game, and it doesn't have a large audience as that, right? I let my game play. I let people play my game at a festival so that I could see how how people interact with the game. That really helped, and I had a demo out. The demo was really helpful as well. I got a lot of feedback for that. But still, even though I did like 2 years of constant playtests and with a demo and letting people play it at events and stuff like that, I still found stuff at launch that I did not find anywhere, anytime else, anywhere before launch. There is a special thing that happens at launch. I don't know why. Maybe you have people, but they have no voice in development because of money. If customers try to fix it or money goes away, it does have a huge impact on management. Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. I definitely agree with that one. And that, you know, this is always about the culture in an office, or just in general the office environment, the work environment. And I do believe it is kind of like that because, okay, here's one thing. I know that in Crimson Desert there were a few quality of life improvements where certain things took a very long time, because if you wanted to sell a lot of stuff, this might be wrong, but just an example. If you wanted to sell a lot of stuff, then it maybe required you to click each item, and it takes a long time to do all of that. And maybe somebody noticed it in the team, but he, as RPO said, he was too afraid to speak up because, you know, it's just a minor thing, right? But for players, stuff like this is really important, and they don't care. They will just tell you. And then when you have 100 things like this in your game, it's you know, death by 1,000 cuts, and that is usually what then leads to a negative review. even being afraid of saying things out loud for a reason or reason to care. Yeah, I don't deny Tarok. Something have at launch and at scale. It did do all the big games. You just tend to forget, even Counter-Strike and WoW. Yeah. Nowadays, even though you have a big QA department or whatever, there's still things that are going to slip through the cracks. But sometimes it's also because you have a culture of yes men at your company. So yeah, we have seen how that turned out with, what was the game called? Yeah. There was a game that Sony released. Concord. Yeah, there it is. Concord was supposed to be an IP as large as Star Wars. But yeah. I don't know. On the other hand, if you have a video by Video Game Donkey, then you can at least try to fix all of the things that he points out and hope that people are savvy enough to figure out that the video is now outdated because of the patches. I don't know. Concord was doomed from the start. Yeah, but they didn't realize that. And that is because the company was like, all of them were yes men. Like one guy at the beginning, the CEO or whatever of the company probably said, yeah, this is going to be amazing, and everybody who says no doesn't share the same vision and will be fired. So now you are surrounded by yes men and nobody dares to speak up about anything, and then you launch it and you face the truth. Yeah, then it's a hard awakening. I think that is what happened to Concord. I mean, it can work if the CEO at top is Highguard. Yeah, I think it was called Highguard. I don't think it's the exact same thing, but maybe Highguard was just a, yeah. I can imagine people internally saying, you know what, this is not gonna do so well. But Concord had the ambition to be a big IP, as big as Star Wars. With you know, a big, you gotta dream big. That is good. I'm afraid it happens to the new Naughty Dog game. Yes, absolutely. I think, what is his name? Neil Druckmann is also surrounding himself with yes men, and he's walking, you know, on a thin rope or whatever it's called. Because it seems to still have worked out somehow, but you know, Last of Us 2 was, I think, barely getting through that. No, still, like just barely getting through, because it was on the technology side, it was really, really impressive. But I mean, I kind of feel like for the next game, maybe it's gonna be too much to the heads. Yeah, Naughty Dog had a lot of luck and a huge split fan base. True. Yeah, I didn't even play the second one. I played the first Last of Us, and I guess it was fine. I really like the clickers. That was very cool. Especially if you play with headphones, that was definitely an experience. But the second one, I don't know. It just felt very weird. This road is shaky as hell. Yeah. I don't know. Might be. I mean, they can still pull it off. I'm praying that they will pull it off. Let's just say it like that. Like, I hope for them to succeed. Because I want big studios like that be around because they drive the industry forward. Even though you might not agree with the story or whatever they're writing, but just in terms of technology and stuff like that, we absolutely need studios like that, I think. Alright, let's start a run with the gambler. Maybe the downfall of Naughty Dog as we know it. People might argue that it always started after Uncharted 2. People might, you know, argue that it all changed when what was her name? Amy Hemingway, Amy Henning or something like that. She was the writer of the original Uncharted, if I remember correctly. And then Neil came along, and there were some creative differences because Neil wanted it to be more gritty and dark, and you know. And Amy always wanted it to be more like an adventure, like Indiana Jones, you know, with a bit of slapstick and stuff like that. You know, just a little bit more entertaining. So I think that is why she left. The small Tagami that can feel it's a bad feeling. Yeah, I always have a bad feeling. I believe, so I think there's 2 or maybe 3 outcomes. The first outcome is the game comes out and it's really, really good, and it just, you know, once again says that Naughty Dog is really good at what they're doing. The second one is it comes out and the company goes bankrupt, and I'm not laughing because of that. That would be really sad. The third one is the game is cancelled and doesn't even come out. I believe that is also an option. I believe that is an option because I don't know how long have they been working on it right now. They might be running into problems where nobody in the team agrees anymore on the vision. And then it's stuck in development hell for a very long time. So they might actually get to a point where it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe they will just force the project to the finish line and just release anything, which then we are at point number 1. It gets released and it's absolute trash. Because they had to get it out. So I think those are the options. I guess those are the options for all of the games, yeah. For every game. It's in development since 2020. Wow. Yeah. How long did The Last of Us take? If I remember correctly, I think they worked on The Last of Us and Uncharted 3 at the same time with 2 different teams, right? Something like that. I guess they will release it and try, even though I know it's a bit rough. Yeah, maybe. I think they might just do that. Yeah, dude. I mean, you know what? At this point, the next PlayStation is already coming out. When is the next PlayStation coming out? I think it's set to be released soon. Yeah, end of 27 or beginning of 2028. This is next year. So, you know, there's a possibility that they will just wait for the PS6 and have it as a, I don't know, as an exclusive title for PS6. Which they're not gonna do. It's just probably gonna be a PS5 and PS6 anyways. Yeah, not very soon. But I'm just saying, they would probably, at this point, they're probably just thinking about having a double release like that. Because if you release it, I mean, they could probably, If they really wanted to release it this year, I don't even think that's a possibility, because they would probably have announced it at this point. Like in the phase from PS4 to 5 years. It's better revenue pool. Yeah, because in the beginning you have a huge install base of a lot of PS4s, or yeah, a lot of PS5, a lot of PS5s, and maybe a million PS6. So of course you also want to release it on the previous generation, right? Because as you are leaving all this money on the table. If the game is expected to be underperform, I just hope that it's not. I just hope that it's going to be really, really cool. And maybe maybe Neil will get some, you know, accept some opinions and stuff like that. We didn't start with the gambler. Start custom gambler. Oh, we did. Okay, there we are. No, I just really, really wish them all the best. I hope it goes well for them. Just like for Crimson Desert and Pale World. Always hoping for the best. But yeah, I mean, I personally wish that Day 1 patch was not necessary. But I guess, especially for a big game like Crimson Desert, it's just not. I don't know, maybe they should have tried a public beta first, I don't know. That could have been interesting. Did they have a demo? Or did they just come out with the full release? Because that is usually what you can do with a demo. Just release a demo and then get some feedback for that and let people play for free. You did not have a problem with The Last of Us 2? Alright. A demo for Crimson Desert. Okay, dice can be hit. I think we will just return true here. Ah, they had one on events, nice. But yeah, a huge problem of social media is that negative thoughts spread much more likely than positive things. So you always have these people that just try to find negative stuff about everything. And, you know, try to cancel people, try to cancel games, because that is what goes around. That is what is really, really viral. Which is why a lot of content creators just pivot to drama, making videos about drama. Any drama. Influencer drama, real life drama, talking about wars, talking about police chases, talking about celebrities, stuff like that. Because it's just, that's where the money is. They mostly show prepared gameplay themselves, nice. I think that's so sad. A friend bought the game as well, and he doesn't want to play it yet, and wants to do it for... He wants it to ripe some more. I think it's because of the mixed reviews. Get current attack. Okay, we have the negatives on the bottom. So all I'm going to do is if has dice, reduce attack or reduce value for dice current attack. Let's try it out. Int reduce value for dice. Int dice value is get dice value. Get dice number. Alright. Is it? Okay, it's not zero based. That would be hilarious. So if dice value is 1, we are going to return given value times, what are we saying? 0, it's 10%. I'm going to round to int. Hopefully that works. 4, 5, 6. We have half for this one. This is just the same value for 3. I'm still gonna write 1 here because just in case I want to change it later. Now for 4, I'm going to multiply it by 1.4. Then we have double the values, and for 6, it's triple the values. And we're going to have to see how that feels in the game. There's also another one where if it's the same value as the opposite side, also triple values, maybe. I'm not sure about that yet. But let's see. Continue. We have dice on the cards. We have this one over here. I'm just going to add it to my cards over here. Then we're going to fight. So did it update? Probably not. Oh, no, it did. Yeah. I guess I can do this. Now it's probably worse. Yeah, okay. So it works. This is a 6. So it has a lot of health. That's cool. A lot of attack. Okay. Let's try it out on the HP as well. I don't know. I can feel that I might actually revert this change. But we will see. Get current health. I cannot wait for my work to be over so I can play Crimson. What? Crimson Desert. All weekend. My brain was like, what? Where's the R coming from? From Crimson. Yeah, that's nice. Has dice, reduce the value. And we're also going to reduce the value of all of the Lackhammer values. Get current value. It's in slot probably. Crimson Reserve. Crimson Risotto. Crimson Risotto. Sounds good. If get card parent. No. Card slot. Huh. Oh, card is not null. Oh, cool. Hang on one second. We already have card is not null, so we're going to do it inside of this one. Card reduce value for dice. Oh, it's not public, right? If card has dice or has dice, then we just return given value. All good. So we don't need that. Cool. This is public now. Very nice. So all of the values should be appropriately changed. Then we're gonna play a few fights, see how it feels. I'm still very skeptical about this. I think if it is the same as the opposite card, then it should also be tripled. Maybe that's the solution, but we will see. Alright, so this has a 1, so it just dies. Yeah, this is already a problem. This has a 4 and a 3, okay. I like that. So it just dies. This one has a 4. What was that? Yeah, I guess we need to go back to the drawing board with this. I'm not too keen on that change. 6 and 5. So it only has 2 left, and this one only has 18 left. Both of them are going to die. Yeah, the problem is then you don't have any need to change your dice. Oh my god. Give me a fight, please. 6, 4 and 4. Okay, now I have... Okay, camouflage is cool. 2 and 3. I guess in this case I will have to reroll my dice a little bit. Let's see. This is a 5, so I don't really have to, but it's nice to have. Maybe it needs more downsides. Because if you have a boss with only 1, then it's going to die really early. Yeah, I don't particularly like that. And now I don't have any reasons to reroll the dice. Well, the other thing is that I can try is you can still block them. But you have to have the same dice as opponent to deal damage. But that removes all of the urgency. No, wait a minute. Ah, maybe we can do it like this. If different dice, it gives half damage to creature, half damage to faith. Maybe that's a good compromise. That could work. Because otherwise there is no sense of urgency. You can just press enter, nothing happens. I will have to think about this more. Oh well. But it's good that we tested this out. That's really nice. Alright. What else can we try? We can try fixing this one bug. Set English store on the Steam background, yeah. Let's try that. Oh no, we can only do that when it's time to do it. We can figure out a way for the bosses maybe, or go through the feedback over here. I'm not sure yet. Or we can try to game the differences. Have to have the same dice as opponent to deal damage. What if you... What if you have... if you have to have the same dice to deal damage. The enemy does not deal damage to your cards. But maybe that's the way to do it. And then you can still use spells as well. Okay, here's an idea. If different dice, everything is halved. Maybe that's the first thing. And then we can say, what if it's not the same dice? You will get... Oh! No, that already fixes the problem, because then you get half of damage as faith damage. Yeah, that fixes that. Oh my god. That is the solution. Let's try it out. Reduce value for dice. I think yeah, we need that because we don't need this anymore, but if dice can be hit. Weird. Oh, maybe that is exactly what I'm looking for. If let's try that. Get the opposing card. Yeah. Card. Opposing card is get opposite card. Yes. If opposite is not null, or actually if it is null, then we will just return dice value. Oh, given value. Why is that underlined? Oh, it's a list. Why? Why is that a list? Oh my god. Then we will rename this to opposite cards. I guess it's because there's a stack now, yeah. That's probably it. If this is the same as dice value, then we're going to return given value, otherwise return given value divided by 2. So if it's the same, have the original keep the original values, otherwise half values. Exhaustion is taking over. I need to rest a little bit. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for hanging out with us today, Nix and Ali, and have a good rest. So this should be what I've been saying here. If different dice, everything is halved. And then you get half damage as face. Maybe that's already the solution. And then, wait a minute. Can be hit. We're going to keep that. So you cannot damage anything if it's not the same dice, just as before. But all of the values are halved. That might actually make it better. Already. Just half the damage. Alright, we have a lot of low values over here. Let me just adjust this. It just died. Which is also cool because now even if you have a spell that is exactly the same number, you only need to deal half as much damage. This might actually be what this deck needs. I really like that one. But this is not working. You have 2, yeah. You need to up it as well. But yeah, now it's 2. And it should... Oh, it cannot die because it has different dice, yes. But it can also be more easily killed by stuff like this. Huh. That might just be what makes the stack easier to play. Interesting. Yeah. Let me update the cards. It is already checking the dice. Only 3 times, okay. Show dice highlight. Show inverted. Reduce, oh no, that's not it. Check dice highlight. Alle Verweise suchen. I think this might be update dice on board. Okay. If we are here, I think we just need to update the card, to be honest. Card, update, displayed stats. Update, description. Yeah, let's do that. Yes. That might already be the solution. Cool. And things die more easily from blessings, curses, poison, etc. Okay. Can we move this over here? Yes. Yes, that's really nice. Alright. This does not work yet. Because it's a different number. Nudge all allies. I can try re-rolling that. Yes, now everything is... okay, this is still weak, that's fine. Let's try getting through the fight. See what happens. Yeah, this is also really good because even if you have a card like this, you only get 6 damage instead of 12 damage to face. This might just be what makes this game, makes the starter deck a bit more fun to play. Because it's not as harsh. But yeah, I might have to think about removing the reroll ability to increase the phase again. That might also be need to be halved. Let's see. So yeah, there's still a reason to use reroll. And it's not as harsh. I think this is a good solution. I'll just test it out a little bit. Draw a card, what is that? Sounds good. Blessing trigger, draw a card. Sure. Explode, poison. First blood, favor 8, shield. Has a bonus of HP plus 25%. Nice. Double fracture that. Attack plus 4. Ooh. Let's see if we can win this fight. Probably can. And this is also interesting because if I don't have a creature, then they still attack for the full amount. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is really interesting. 2... what do we have here? 2 and 3. Oh, nice. Faith loss? Why did I lose faith? Oh, because of this one? Why did I lose faith? Why did I lose faith? Oh, demon hit. Faith? Demon 2? Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. And then a faith loss. Yeah. All good. Reload that into 1. Nice. And you have weakness, which is why your attack is slow. That makes sense. Yeah, I believe this is a good change. I think people who are struggling with the Gambler are going to like this change. Even I might like this change. Because it's not changing the mechanic too much. Only a little bit. Okay, 3. Oh, we have a 4 over here, so this can be changed. Enter and regret. Oh. Oh, that's why I had faith loss. Okay. Cool. Just keep going. -3, oh my god. Let's reroll. Oh, it's already 6 because of camouflage, nice. Then it will die. My god, I just got so much damage. The shop is something else that I wanna take a look at some point. It is on my list. Nice. Okay, let's see if we can finish this boss. I have a 6 over here, I have a 3 over here, and a 4, which means we're gonna get 11 damage. This is really, really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with this change. Because it's only 11 damage instead of 22. It literally only hurts half as much. Which means I probably have to do something about the reroll amount. I'm not sure yet. There we go. I guess I will have to update the description as well, which is gonna be... That's always a bit of a pain because the game is already localized, right? So... yeah, it's gonna be fine. Are we gonna lose? Are we going to lose? Cardblade Exodus, my god. How about no? Give me a mulligan, please. That seems good. I think we're about to die. I'm wondering if I should allow the rerolling of the enemies as well. No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, there we go. We died. Cool. No, but I think this is a really good change. Because as you can see, it's still not super easy, but halving the damage that you get to face is nice. I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more, and I think this is it. Alright, this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We have worked on the game again for about 4 hours, which is really nice. We are going to raid Crumble of Parks, who is trying to polish boss number 2. That sounds nice, because we are also having a boss update soon. Good conversations today too, absolutely. That was really, really cool. Yeah, I wish every one of you a very nice weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today again. It is always a pleasure. Soon I will show my Tron clone game. I'm really looking forward to that IPO. Isn't my chapter live too? Probably, but this is the one I want to read now. Take care, everybody. Yes, have a nice weekend, and I will see you again on Monday.